second year MSc 4th semester physics students. In this class we are going to discuss Heisenberg model. For ferromagnetic materials, ferromagnetism. So the introduction of Weis molecular field made it possible to explain a wide range of phenomena observed in ferromagnetism. The nature of the field itself remained a mystery for a long time. At first it was supposed to be due to the simple nearest neighbor dipole-dipole interaction. Such interaction would give rise to a field of the order nearly 10 cube Gausses, that is mu b by a cube, where a means interactive distance in interatomic distance for ferromagnetic crystals, and TCB the Curie temperature, that is nearly 1000 K, and the exchange field is approximately exchange field Hex is equal to lambda into lambda into m, yes, where m be the saturation magnetic field. So that is nearly lambda is equal to 10 power 4 into 10 power 3, that is 10 power 7 Gausses. So this discrepancy shows that the simple model based on that is dipole interaction dipole interaction. Dipole interaction. So this is cannot account for ferromagnetism. So actually a much strong type of interaction is needed. This interaction solved by Heisenberg model in 1982. So according to this Heisenberg model, the large V's molecular field can be explained in terms of exchange interaction between the electron spins. This interaction is exchange interaction between electron spin interaction. The energy of the interaction for ions like I, J and their spins Si and Sj, I, J with the ions of their spins Si and Sj, then the exchange energy between I and J ions can be represented like it minus 2 J into Si dot Sj, and the total exchange energy of this spin I with its neighbors is J1, J2, etc. may be expressed as E exchange Ij is equal to minus 2J into sigma J is equal to 1 to N ions Si into Sj, where J is called the exchange integral and is measured of the strength of the interaction, where J is the exchange where J is like write a capital J from the difference between these two terms, exchange integral, and is a measure of strength of the interaction. So in general, the exchange integral is negative and hence the non-ferromagnetic state is favored. So for a ferromagnet it must be positive. From this equation the dot product is used because the exchange energy is governed by the relative orientation of the spins. So here the relative orientation of the spins, the dot product between these two, that means Si and Sj, and the dot product between these two means these two vectors, then angle is maximum, Si and Sj is maximum at theta is equal to 0 degrees. Theta equal to 0, Si dot Sj sin theta dot product, cos theta dot product. So in this equation the dot product is used because the exchange energy is governed by the relative orientations of the spins. In ferromagnetism, where parallel orientations, that is theta is equal to 0 of the spin is favored, like then E maximum, E exchange is minimum and Si dot Sj is equal to S square. So similarly E exchange is this is minimum value, this is maximum when spins are anti-parallel, and therefore Si dot Sj means anti-parallel means minus S square. Anti-parallel means angle pi, theta is equal to pi, then minus S square. So from this equation it is possible to define The exchange integral experimentally, this exchange integral is experimentally a function of ratio of the interatomic spacing A to the unfilled shells of radius small r. So for transition metals, this is represented by a curve. Represented by this curve. This is exchange integral. This is the paramagnetic region. This is ferromagnetic region. So for the sum of the elements like Fe, so this is the radius of this is the value of A by R, ratio between A to R is nearly 3.26, and cobalt for this value is 3.64 and so on. Nickel, chromium, manganese, gold. So the graph for exchange integral and paramagnetic and ferromagnetic regions. This is the value of A by R. This is minus and these plus values. So according to Slater, the ratio A by R is greater than or is equal to 3, but not very large value, which must be satisfied for the occurrence of this ferromagnetic values, ferromagnetism. The substances like Fe, substances Fe and CO and Ni nickel and GD, so satisfies these criterion values, and those are found to be ferromagnetic materials. On the other hand, chromium and Cr and Mn fail to satisfy this above criterion and are not ferromagnetic. So they can also be made to ferromagnetic by alloying them with some suitable non-ferromagnetic materials to form compounds whose A by R ratio is greater than 3. For example, MnAs, CuMn and MnSb. So shows these ferromagnetic behavior because of favorable value of A by R ratio. This is more than 3. Hence the necessary and sufficient conditions for ferromagnetism are the existence of incomplete internal atomic shells and the positive exchange integral, which causes the parallel orientation of the spins, is shown in this diagram. That is Okay, so this is the spontaneous magnetization of ferromagnetic substance. So those are the atoms of direction. All individual directions are same. Exchange force causes the parallel orientation of their spins like this. The exchange energy due to the parallel orientation of their spins like this. So this is Heisenberg model to explain the ferromagnetism. So in this Heisenberg model, so based on the interaction between the interaction between electron spins. So based on this electron spins, so the energy of the interaction explained based on the electron spins Si and Sj. So based on this Si and Sj spins interactions, Heisenberg assumed an equation that is Exij is equal to minus 2j into Si dot Sj. Because the dot product is the spins are in parallel, then that is the maximum value at parallel spins. Okay, that is Heisenberg model for ferromagnetism. Okay, thank you students.